Is the 20th anniversary of Pat Tillman's passing, and today we are going to take a close look back at the man who he was and the character and values that he embodied. My name's Thomas Fanner. I'm the founder of Dads Who Lead. My mission is to equip you to become the trusted and revered leader of your home. If you're new here, hit the subscribe to stay up to date on our latest content. Let's hop back to the video. He was one of my biggest heroes growing up as a kid, even though he played on a team that was a division rival of my favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys. His passion that he brought to the game of football, his passion that he brought as an Army Ranger to serve himself, serve his teammates. It wasn't even so much of any one facet of his life that he pursued, but the passion and energy that he brought was truly from his heart. And that's what I love about Pat Tillman. And today I want to take a close look as fathers and leaders of our home at the values that he embodied that were unique, that we can learn from to elevate our leadership, not just for ourselves, but for our families. Before we drop into this, if you're new to Pat's story, I am going to briefly read through some of his accomplishments and his sad early passing in his life. So you can have some context to the lessons and the values that we're going to drop into. So he was an Arizona State Sun Devil for 4 years. In 1997, he has led them to a Rose Bowl berth and a Pac-10 championship. He was also elected the Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year, an award that now bears his name. He was undersized at 5'11", to about 200 pounds, drafted late in the 7th round, the final round of the draft, by the Arizona Cardinals. And it was really thought that he was going to be a special teams player. And he's like, I'm going to be a starter. I'm going to bring everything and more to this team that's given me an opportunity. And he did. He started 10 games his first season, and led them to the first playoff win in over 50 years of the Arizona Cardinals franchise. And that was in 1998. In 2000, he was named to Sports Illustrated's All-Pro team, and he posted over 140 tackles that season. And he was very good at inserting, and he wasn't just about football. He said, hey, football, I'm getting good at this. What else can I do? So he trained and ran a marathon in sub 4 hours, finished the Black Eagle triathlon as well in the off season. And following the 2001 NFL season, and following the attacks on September 11th, he felt called to honor himself, honor his country, honor his ancestors in what they did to give this country the freedoms that we have. Joined the Army Rangers, walked away from a multi-million-dollar contract in the NFL. If you follow the league, you know that your first 3 years, you don't make a lot of money. The payday comes after the third, fourth year. And that's really the golden years to cash in. Because as a rookie, rookies are rolling the dice. These players may or may not work out. Their contracts are smaller. And then once players get above 30, they're on the decline. So those sweet years, you've got about maybe 3 or 4 years where you're in your prime as far as, being able to make revenue as a player. And he said, I'm passing on that because I'm going to listen to my heart. Sadly, in 2004, Pat was killed in Afghanistan. In this episode, we're not going to go into the details of his death. There is a lot of content out there that you can look up more about that controversy. But as dads who lead, we talk about becoming the main character in our own story so that our kids can become the main character in theirs. And I believe that Pat Tillman is the ultimate main character because he knew what was in his heart and he followed it. He didn't just have an inner compass. He had the conviction to take the action to follow it every time. And because of how connected he was with who he was as a man and what he valued, he knew exactly in each moment, trusting himself, trusting his subconscious, trusting his heart, and trusting God, the action that he would take. Often when we get these individuals who are very connected to the self, there can be a selfish side that develops. And Pat was not like that at all. He was so committed. There was a time when he was so committed to his team that he had an offer that was several $1,000,000 more that the St. Louis Rams offered him that he declined because he knew that Arizona had drafted him. And he's like, what would that say about me as a man? You guys took a chance on me. You guys drafted me. You developed me as a player. If I just, the first chance to get some more money, I just stepped away. And, his agents, everybody's like, Pat, that's part of the game. That's how things are now. He's like, no, like not for me. That's not how they are for me. Because in my heart, I'm loyal to my teammates. I'm loyal to my coaches. I'm loyal to myself.